Welcome back. Well, with me today is Joan and Mark. Of course, they're here today for the Thrive Project, but a few other things as well.
Right.
So, Gate, you all know them. They do so many different things, and they pop up on our morning show. You never know what it's going to be about. Joan has 3 things that she talks about. You have a couple things, but it's great to see you here today. So we're going to talk to Joan first because we were just talking about this off camera. And this is something that well, why don't you tell us about this? Because the part that I don't understand is this something that's coming that you're going to be doing here
coming up next fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the follow-up to what Mark is going to talk about. So,
okay. Oh, should we reverse it then?
Well, yeah.
Okay, Mark, go ahead.
Oh.
I know you've got, of course, the Centenarian Project.
Centenarian Project.
You also wanted to tell us about a few events that Thrive's getting involved with the July 4th.
Yes, very much so. Sitting here back in November, Lucy, Parker, and I kind of pushed the button on the Centenarian Project. Well, it's coming to fruition.
Yes, it is.
We've got all the videotapes done, we've got all of the photographs done, and they're all compiled, and we're about to display them for any of you folks who are available and would like to learn a little bit about the Centenarian Project. We are opening up the boardroom in the administration building, the main boardroom, on Friday, this Friday, the 28th, at 2 p.m. We're going to have an open house with video running and photographs up and around so that people can come and see them and see what we've been talking about all these months. So we're opening it up to the public, and we'd love to have people come and see. Following today, or Friday, on July 4th, we are going to have the display moved to Clubhouse 2 for the Village July 4th celebration. So it'll be available there. And then Grandparents' Day.
All right, and then we are showing them beginning on Saturdays, 1 p.m. on July 6th.
Right.
Excuse me, July 6th. And we'll be showing 1 episode at a time, meaning a 30-minute episode. Right. I have 3 listed so far, so 1, 2, 3, then we'll repeat them again.
Yes.
So,
and
in each one of them, I see have 5 people.
We do, and one of them we should have 6 because there were 16.
Oh yeah, you're right.
16 folks that we interviewed and photographed. I've seen the raw footage as it was starting to become assembled. It's really some fascinating stuff. Yeah. Listening to people's secrets of living to 100 that they don't want to give out.
All right, so very good.
And that's what I'm here for today.
Okay, and now we go back to Joan. And
yes.
Joan wanted us to talk about, it's called the Stanford University Forgiveness Projects, and I guess you're bringing this here coming up in the fall, did you say?
In the fall, Thrive is looking into this. We're proposing a village-wide book read of books from this project. But let me go back a little bit. I was looking at the internet and I saw something about people carrying around grudges and grievances, hurting themselves by keeping their blood pressure up and just constant stress. But I ran across this article where this fellow writes, I'm a senior consultant in health promotion at Stanford University, where I teach people ways to manage their stress and to live lives of greater satisfaction. And then he goes on and he says, I do this in part to reduce their risk of cardiovascular disease and to help their bodies maintain health and well-being. Fine. And then he gets into this funny thing about forgiveness. And it's a word that is misunderstood by many, by most. We are taught in religious purview to forgive our enemies, and for many that just means I have to condone it, you know. Right. And but he goes on to explain that forgiveness doesn't mean that you condone the offending act. It's going to be there, but the results for you will begin to dissipate as you learn how to let go. How to forgive, really. Doesn't mean that you have to reconcile with someone who badly treated you. Forgiveness does not require an apology from the offender, even though that's what we would hope. It might happen, but that's not what it's about. And it doesn't depend on whether the offender changes or takes you back. Also, forgiveness and justice are not the same. And forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same.
Okay.
Forgiveness and condoning are not the same. Well, fine, you say, fine, okay. Forgiveness is really for creating your peace of mind. It's to create healing in a person's life and return that person to a state where they can live capable of loving and trusting again. You know, as a child loves and trusts, they're open, they're loose.
Right.
And as we get older, we get tight and defensive. And sometimes things happen, the quotes, push our buttons.
Right.
Well, that means that something happened somewhere in our past that we're still holding on to. So this project actually helps you to hurt less, to experience less anger, feel less stressed with symptoms of backache and muscle tension, dizziness, headaches, upset stomachs. It sounds like the panacea for everything.
Yes.
But think about it. If you can let go of your stress, just think of what you really are letting go. When a person is stressless, God willing, you're at your optimum. You can think clearly, you can breathe more easily,
Right.
your digestion works, you know, and your appetite is better, you even sleep better. Big thing is you suffer less depression. Well, all right, so what I'm thinking about is trying to get a book from the Stanford Forgiveness Project, which has been around since 1995, by the way.
Okay.
And have the village read it.
Very good.
The village,
yeah.
and maybe.
Is it something just that people can find online? And
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It will be, and
Okay.
it is. And so we're going to use a combination of online
Okay.
and
Library, maybe get it in
the
the
library,
village
individual learning, but making up small book groups if you want to. I mean, it's pretty loose right now, but it's kind of exciting because we're taught to forgive, but not how to forgive. And what this project is about is how to do it.
All right. I think that's a good project.
I
Very
hope so.
interesting. Very
It's
interesting.
interesting.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's would be part of it.
It'll be fun,
It'll
yeah.
be fun. It'll
Yeah.
be, but you know, now, you know, day-to-day stress is day-to-day stress, and I think that sometimes that's hard. Of course, that's a different thing.
It's a different stress.
Well,
It's a different.
yes,
it's different than
it's all
forgiveness, but
stress. Let's
Yeah.
just leave it at stress, because getting rid of stress, one of the things you can do is just let go.
yes.
And in order to let go, you sometimes have to forgive, but the ways to do it are far
Interesting.
simpler than we think and far more difficult than we think.
Yeah.
Because it takes time.
That'll be interesting. So once you get that together, you know, let us know, and
We will. And this is just a preview of things to come.
Yeah.
Come.
you know, there's one thing that I find I could never forgive, totally unforgivable:
What's that?
putting ketchup on a hot dog.
And why is
I
that?
agree.
Yeah.
But I always
if you're
put
a kid,
ketchup on
I'm
my hot
sorry,
dogs.
I can't. If you're a kid, that's fine.
must
Am I
be
right?
East Coast.
See, Mark and I were from the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I
Yeah.
see.
Golden
All right.
spicy brown mustard on a hot dog.
Yeah, but-
There you go.
I like both.
Can't forgive ketchup on mustard.
Oh, geez.
How about sauerkraut?
Sauerkraut, yeah, I like sauerkraut. Yeah, let us know when this comes about,
We
and we'll see. We'll get, maybe you can get with Eileen Ordway at the Village Library, and they can get maybe copies of this book.
That's
in.
one of our hopes, that we will be able to
Yeah.
get inexpensive books and everybody can have one.
Yes. All right. Very good. Anything else folks would like to add?
No, just in the near future, we hope we'll see people on Friday the 28th here in the administration building in the boardroom, and
4th of
July 4th and Grandparents' Day.
All right.
That's it.
Very good. And if you tune into the Trading Post today, you'll see his twin brother here. Am I right?
Yes, that's right.
Your twin brother.
Sitting
Yeah.
next to a very nice lady.
Yeah, there we are. Thank you both for coming on. Always good to
Thanks,
see you
Ken.
guys.
Thank you.
We'll be back. You know, there's that.